Fuck the stats, it's the final, it's happened. Why else would I be sitting in Fitzrovia on a Sunday morning having a nice cold beer than England winning the T20 World Cup? Come on! Tim, we've done it. Tell me how you're feeling.
I'm feeling ecstatic, I'm feeling over the moon. I think that game had just enough jeopardy in it. You know, when Nazim was bowling well, and Harris Ralph as well, there was just enough in it to make me nervous, to make me shit it, but in the end, not enough to defeat England.
I mean, we cruised there in the end, didn't we?
In the end, but there were nervy points where, so it felt real. I felt alive for a second. It was proper. It's still a proper one.
I think we should probably talk through our contrasting emotions throughout the game. So
which were very different to what they normally are.
Yes, so we were here at Sixes Social Cricket Club, watched it with friends, and early in, just a couple of coffees, bacon sandwiches, knocking around, quite nice and casual, and I was incredibly confident before the game started.
You were far too confident. You were saying, it doesn't matter what they get, we are better than them at batting.
We are I think
so we will change.
We'll score more runs than Pakistan score. That was my thinking. Because it didn't. It basically was either Rizzi and Bubba score runs, well that's it. It doesn't matter after that.
Yeah. Whereas my thinking was, if they get to 150, that's a tricky little chase with their amazing bowling attack. Because they are a fantastic bowling attack.
Yeah. I suppose that might be. And anyway, so as we get into the game, all of a sudden the doubt starts creeping in. Certainly during the run chase, and then I can't sit down, and I start walking around.
Yeah, you were very close to marching out to a corner shop and buying some cigars.
I was all over the shop, and I don't know what it is about Ben Stokes, right? But yes, I know he knows what's going on, but I don't know that I would know what was going on. So my head then goes, this is making me nervous.
He's in complete control of that run chase. He knows he's taking it deep. He knows he's going after Wasim, isn't it? Wasim, Wasim Jr. And he knows that's his bowler he's going to pick. And he knows his times. And he's going to sit on a few bowlers like Shadab and Ralph. But you don't know that.
I don't know that. And I know you're right, takes it deep and he leans on moments in games. Like he picks his match up.
Oh, he does do a bloody match up.
And I suppose that's a good place to start this pod.
Yeah.
If we haven't already.
No. We've got to botch together three points.
3 points. So I think first and foremost, talisman, good-looking man, incredible bowler, Shaheen Shah Afridi limps off the ground.
That changed the game, didn't it? That was the turning point. Pakistan still had a chance. If he was fit and had 2 overs left at that point of the game, I'm not saying your money was on Pakistan, but I don't think England would have cruised to victory like we did.
It was plenty more than a run of ball at that point. Plenty more. And then all of a sudden, we go, here we go. Iftikhar, yeah. Iftikhar was just going, I mean, a poor lad, where'd you bowl?
Bless him. No, he's a part-time off-spinner, a decent part-time off-spinner, but you're just suddenly thrown into the most key over in a World Cup final. He hasn't bowled a great deal in this tournament, I don't think. Go on, have a bowl at 2 very good players of spin where hitting the ball straight is probably the option.
And look, slightly more embarrassing for Iftikhar, well not embarrassing, he's part-timer, but the fact that Shaheen Shah literally on one leg had managed to bowl a dot ball Yorker at 60 mile an hour, like just, he's out bowling you on one leg, mate.
No, but the dot ball was because he shocked Moeen at how slow it was.
Was there...
It was, honestly. Moeen was like, what the fuck is that? It was 60 mile an hour.
Yeah.
It was about your pace.
I'm rapid, mate. Enough of that. And plus I bowl a heavy ball. Sneaks up on people. They don't realise. You know when it just hits the bat and they go, oh, God, that was heavy. So yeah, I think you're right. That was a huge moment in the game, and certainly one where I think everyone upstairs was then cheering every run. Did Stokes get dropped in that over as well? No. Or did it just fall short?
Just fell short of Sean.
You see,
that was the over before. That was Ralph.
Yeah.
So piece it together.
Yeah, mate, my head's all over the place.
But we won. We won a game of cricket.
We're the first men's team to hold both the T20 trophy and the One Day trophy. We might be the greatest sides in the history of cricket ever.
I'm just going to hold you back there. Australia did win 3 World Cups in a row.
Yeah, but who cares about Australia? We've done it in their own backyard. Have some of that, Australia. And not only that, we've got Australians leading the march. Shout out to Motti.
Motti boy.
Motti.
Have you ever heard of
Motti and Hussey? Motti and Hussey, the boys.
And what's his name? Seika.
There you go.
Seika masterminded the Ashes, you know.
Did he?
And he's masterminded the World Cup as well. You know the Ashes that we won down under, 2011? Seika, England bowling coach, got every decision right.
Every single one.
And it was Seika, not Flower. And he's done it there. But yeah, Mott, I know he was the Australia women's coach, but I've never really heard of him. Had you?
No.
I'd heard of Elise Perry.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I suppose, you know, people don't really talk about the coaches in the women's game, do they?
No.
I've not. I can honestly say to him, I've never sat down with you and talked about a coach in the women's game.
No.
I think that's fair to say. And look at him now, on top of the world, Motti. Lovely little win bonus, we're assuming.
But this is just another World Cup win for Motti.
Just does
He's won loads in the women's game. He created the greatest women's team ever.
Yeah. What do you reckon the vibe is if he goes back to his hometown of Bundaberg or wherever he's from, and he walks into the bar with his England tracksuit on, and he's like, boys, and just slams the trophy down on the table? Do you reckon?
Fuck you, Motti, you fucking wanker.
Yeah, turncoat, mate. I assume they use turncoat.
You pommy bastard. When I went to Australia, I was called Pom. I did not have a name.
Yeah, which is
just called Pom. They like me.
Yeah.
But they just called me Pom, that was it.
Yeah, I got called Scum the whole time.
Scum?
Just Scumford.
So they must not like you.
Scummers.
At least they like me.
Yeah.
Although it's a bit softer on the northern beaches, isn't it?
It is a bit soft, lad.
You were out west, weren't you? Fucking Westie.
No, it was Darwin. In Northern Beach. Anyway, that's enough of us recapping our time in Australia. I suppose, where else now to go?
Yeah, point number 2. Where we're off to.
Point number 2. We've talked. Well, in fairness, we kind of done 2 points already because we did talk about Ben Stokes in high pressure situations.
Yeah, but that's half. That's just the intro.
So I'd like to also talk about Owen Morgan.
He's on the screen.
He's on the screen in the background as well.
Lovely blue jacket.
Lovely blue jacket. It looks well turned out.
And them trousers that he's wearing, very, very light chinos.
You might have to talk people through it.
He's wearing sort of cream chinos. Very, very dangerous for urinals.
You're right, any splash and he'd be in big bother.
You don't realise you get splashback when you're wearing black trousers, but then he'll know about it. And then he's got to get on telly.
Especially a few beers in,
in
Melbourne tonight.
He's probably having a sit-down wee every time he goes just to make sure.
So yeah.
Sorry. Point 2.
So we're gonna go for Morgan, Mills, Willie, right?
Morgan, Mills, Willie.
3 men, and I might be missing a name there as well, but 3 men who are very much part of the setup, and I'm including Morgan in it because he's obviously there, he's obviously still talking, he probably texts Joss Butler every morning to say, hey Joss, good luck today, you know?
Put on at the 4 o'clock at Kempton.
Betting on the horses.
I know a horse called Shearer.
So what do you think, this is a question, Owen Morgan's going to walk into a bar tonight, the boys are going to be there with a trophy.
Sounds like the start of a shit joke.
An Irishman walks into a bar. It's full of Englishmen with the World Cup. Anyway, do you think they go, Owen, this is yours as well, or they go, because he's going to be saying, no, it's not me. You boys did it all.
No, it's still the geezer that was a bit of a club legend who keeps coming back to the club, and the club have just won the league title. They've done really well. They've won the league title, but he was captain last year. He's retired. He's not there anymore. Like, it's a bit weird for him to be there on the team night out. Yeah. He should really be, going out with his wife, for a nice meal, and maybe his wife's friend. That's it.
That's it.
You shouldn't be getting involved with club cricket.
But he's there and he's shirt off, whipping it around his head at 3 a.m.
Is Joss Butler the most perfect Englishman ever?
He could be.
I think he is. Look, he's gorgeous. He's very polite. He's very nice. He's quite funny.
Apart from when he's talking to Vernon.
Yeah, but Vernon had it coming. Yeah, it's one of the most pathetic ones. Anyway, but he's gorgeous. He's very nice. My God, he's a good cricketer.
Sensational.
I don't think England have produced a better Englishman ever than Joss Butler.
He should be on a banknote.
Yeah.
So we've got to get Ben Stokes United.
Yeah.
And people say, he's had that controversial incident in the past. But let me tell you this: if I want a knight, if I want someone riding into battle for England, I'd want Ben Stokes. And that's no disrespect to any other knights like Elton John or Sir Paul McCartney, but I'd definitely rather Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes, Matthew Pinson, I'd probably.
They'd be big yads. So just Eddie Hall, can we get him a knighthood?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, first man to lift 500 kg.
Big fella.
Big fella. We've got off topic slightly, but doesn't Sam Curran just make things happen?
He made it happen all tournament.
Yeah. So we know a left arm seamer who bowls a little bit quicker than Sam Curran, and he's a little bit taller. And he's sitting at home thinking, what is it that Sam Curran does?
I think there's a lot of club seamers who watch Sam Curran and think, he's no different to me. He's no different to me. No. I'm jealous.
Look, it's also because he's not physically imposing or anything. He just makes things happen.
No, he's a very smart cricketer. He's got a big heart, big bollocks. He has got nerves of steel, man. He's got absolute nerves of steel. Yeah. He's got incredible skill. Okay, he doesn't bowl the quickest. So what?
Doesn't matter, does it?
So what? He's got a big heart. He's class. I love him. Adil Rashid.
Yes.
What a spell. Those 2 spells were unbelievable. I think Adil Rashid, although he went for more runs, got less wickets, his spell was probably better because it turned the game a little bit more. Doing Baba looked like a fucking idiot.
He did.
And that's the best one day batsman out there. Or one of them.
That's such a weird dismissal, wasn't it? You're right, he just did him.
Did him.
So yeah.
What point are we on now?
Well, that was kind of like the England bowlers doing a job and doing well.
So what have we got first?
Stokes.
No, so Shaheen. And then England bowlers doing well.
England bowlers doing well.
Do you want another point?
We've had a chat about people on the periphery, and just a quick point on that. I think Willie's going to be flying into the beers, loving it. I think Mills will be a little bit more in the background and be humble, and this isn't me. You boys enjoy it.
Yeah, I see that.
But I think Willie will be in and amongst it.
I think he should do. He missed out on the 2015 World Cup when we changed the eligibility rules to get Jofra Archer in instead of him.
Yeah.
So he missed out on that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he would have made the first team here, but
Sam Curran's basically the left arm seamer.
Exactly.
Who's doing it now.
So I would have no qualms with seeing David Willey being carried out of a nightclub at 5 a.m. in Melbourne.
You'd almost encourage it. Yeah. You want it to happen.
That's what I want to see from someone like David Willey. And Phil Salt, we've got to talk about Phil Salt. Oh, my word, he hits the ball clean. It was only 10 runs, but...
God, they were some of the best runs.
It's imposing.
Yeah, my word. And also just that fearlessness to get in there and just try and swing from the arse first ball. Just have a go, Phil. Have a go. And look, we did win that game in the power play as well with the bat. Because
I mean, I know we've talked about how great Josh Butler is, but
we lost
his knock was amazing.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I know we lost 3 wickets in the power play, and as they often say to him, losing 3 wickets in the power play can cook your innings, can't it? But we got off to a quick start. And that basically just meant that Stokes could take it deep.
Yeah,
could do it.
But I think it's very similar. I think people in years to come will remember Stokes' innings, but actually Butler's innings was better. And in my opinion, Butler's innings in 2019 was better than Stokes. In 2019, Butler scored 50 at a run of ball. No one else scored at a run of ball all year. All game. Yeah. And he didn't. He actually changed the game in 2019. And again, without his knock today, we wouldn't have won that. And people will forget about it. People will be like, Ben Stokes. First thing we started on was Ben Stokes. Oh, amazing Ben Stokes. But actually, Butler's, I don't know how many runs he got, but 20, 30 odd in no time was actually better.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm glad you've shouted him out on this pod. You're a man of great moral value, Tim. And you remember the people who do the quiet roles, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
The best T20 batsman in the world. Well done for sticking up for him, though.
Did you see them talk about Josh Butler on that silly documentary? That it wasn't silly, it was actually really good.
I haven't seen it. Which one?
It's really good. The recent one. They've done about 8 documentaries. Right? It only happened 3 years ago, but there's been 8 documentaries on it.
Hard to keep up with it.
Yeah, I might write a book on it as well.
Watch it back every Christmas Day, though.
Yeah, of course.
So I think we kind of covered all I'd like to talk about in the game, unless you've got anything that's particularly burning a...
Well, one thing I'd love to talk about, and it's got nothing to do with the game, was, when Alex Hales got out and they followed him into the car park.
What was going on? It was like WWE, wasn't it?
It was brilliant.
And they could, you think he's about to kick off at someone in the car park.
I thought he was going to have it out with someone.
Followed him far too long.
No, I love that. I think we need more of that, especially characters like Hales. I'd like to see Stokes
There was a guy who was like clearly a parking warden, just standing on the ramp.
His job is to stand underneath the
He just gently got out of the way of Alex Hales, who obviously had that look on his face of, I'm going to throw this helmet.
Smash everything up. But I know we shouldn't really have access to changing rooms. I know some sports do, like rugby league, don't they?
Yeah.
But I'd love to see someone fucking walk in from an innings and just smash the changing room up.
That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? That'd be great entertainment. You know, like UFC has done amazing because it's like shareable content, short, snappy, shareable content. I think that could see cricket grow exponentially if we followed angry people into the changing room and you just got to watch them for 30 seconds smash it up.
Yeah, and then become a bit more like ice hockey, like you almost celebrate the physical conduct.
Yeah. Well, I've always said if you mancad someone, they get a straight jab in your face.
There was a hint of a warning from Liam Livingstone earlier, wasn't there?
No. He does that when I think someone charges at him. I've seen him do that before for Lancashire. So he spots someone charging, he doesn't, like some bowlers are good at slowing it down and doing them. Livingstone just stops. I don't think he was trying to mancad.
He had a tough night.
Although there'll be someone on Twitter drawing lines and stuff and highlighting stuff.
There will be, won't there?
And I want to know, did you enjoy the tournament, mate?
I mean, look.
Because I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And I didn't once look at a non-striker.
The best tournament, wasn't it?
It was a very good tournament. The reason why it was a good tournament for me, and I think I've harped on about it for a long time, is like it was an equal contest between bat and ball. Even today, 11th, 12 overs, and Nazim Shah is swinging it.
Yeah.
He's making shit happen.
Yeah.
Like it was a really good contest all the time. And you know, the World Cup in India next year, the 50 over one, I don't think it'll be like that. I think it'll be a bit of a hit and giggle. But this has been really interesting because anyone can take a wicket at any time.
And it's nice to be back in a World Cup, a T20 World Cup, where we're playing in a country that respects the best team in terms of the playing conditions, and the best team wins the tournament, unlike the UAE. But there you go. I think I'd like to sort of wrap things up here, Tim.
Yeah, we should get someone in the bin.
We should. And our last get in the bin of the T20 World Cup goes out to the naysayers. And no, I'm not talking about those people who thought it was going to rain and England weren't going to play the final and it was going to be a shared trophy. I'm not talking about those people who said England won't win, Pakistan's bowling lineup's too good. I'm talking about those people who at the start of the T20 World Cup said Ben Stokes shouldn't be in the side. You are wrong in the head. Just look at what happened today. The man is sensational. He comes up with the goods exactly when England need it, time and time again.
Where's your stat for that? You statos.
Unbelievable. And you know what? It was almost a runnable 50 today, and that's exactly what we needed with the situation. And a man who was in no way flustered because he's seen it all before. Thank you, Ben Stokes. Thank you, England. Thank you, Australia, for hosting a tournament which allowed your old friends England to come over and give everyone but Ireland an incredible hiding. We were dominant, we were fantastic, and it has been an absolute pleasure talking about it every single day, Tim.
Do you reckon Irish fans are going to be like, well, we're the best team in the world then?
They are.
And they've got every right to be.
Every right.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. And shout out to Pakistan as well, because they were worthy.
Yeah, a lot of teams, man. Yeah. A lot of teams have made this tournament great. Netherlands, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
It's been a proper tournament.
Shame India and Australia didn't turn up.
We should do a genuine review in the week or something, you know.
Yeah, we'll look back
the
on
whole
it.
tournament.
We'll look back on it when we've had a chance to think, and we're not just talking with emotions and feels.
And pints.
And so, yeah, here is to a fantastic World Cup win for England. Cheers. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, but most importantly of all, enjoy England being T20 World Champions. We've been dealt with. I'm Munners, this is Tim. Fuck the stats.